name's Craig Mace, and I'm in the first year of postgraduate diploma in historical stone carving. I was working as a stonemason for the last sort of 4 or 5 years, and just wasn't getting the opportunity to learn to do letter cutting and things like figurative carving, and so the only way for me to learn to do that was really to leave my job and come and study here. This is egg and dart, which is one of the first exercises that they make everybody do. It's just seen on so many buildings, those sort of cornices. It's a really common piece of work. One of the things I like about the art school is that we learn to help me do all sorts of modelling in clay and a lot of art lessons as well, like life drawing classes and all sorts of different drawings which I've never done before I came here. The project I'm working on now is obviously letter cutting. It's been cutting some marble. It's a quote by Robert Frost, who was a old American poet and playwright. And it's a quote. It says, in three words I can sum up everything I've learned about life.
My name's Jim, and I'm just working towards my degree show. Well, the subject of the piece is Noah, and which I took from it's the north door of Westminster Abbey. There's other figures from the Torah, but Noah's obviously very recognisable because of the ark. Previously, before I was on this course, I was a banker mason. I used to run a workshop in the Midlands for about the last 18 years, and just sort of expanding on the skills.
I'm Gillian. I'm doing a postgraduate 1 year in wood carving, ornamental wood carving. Well, this project that I'm working on at the moment is a mirror frame in the Rococo style, which is this design was from around 1760. Hopefully it will be finished for the final show. It still has to be gilded. I wanted something that was really going to push me technically and mentally, and yes, I think I found it in this one. Photograph of the original, and then went on to make it up in the wax. So just concentrating on the heights and relationships between all the parts, and just making sure that it balanced.
I'm Sarah Liptrot, and I've been commissioned to do this piece, which is for the Fishmongers company. Obviously it has dolphins in it because it's the Fishmongers company, and all the coats of arms have dolphins in them. They don't look like real dolphins because they're classical dolphins, and they didn't know what dolphins looked like then, so they're totally my own design. It won't look exactly like this when it's finished, because basically every design has to be interpreted in 3 dimensions, and because of the place it's going on, it's going quite fairly high up on a wall.
The City&Guilds of London Art School is it's very well regarded within the industry, the masonry industry, for carvers, and really that's it. It's the only place to be. There's no other courses that you can get this scope of the modelling, the casting. There's so much work to do within the restoration industry on churches, historic buildings. You put 20 students a year go through the school, and there's every church that I've ever worked on is in crisis.
It's one of the very few colleges, schools that teaches ornamental carving. Also, because they use practitioners of the crafts and not just teachers, you're getting a much more industry-based tuition, because they know exactly what you're going to be letting yourself in for when you go out into the field. You've got really motivated, highly enthusiastic tutors who are just great at, sort of getting you really going and enthused with what you're doing.
And they also help you out with getting into the industry yourself once you've finished the course, if you want to try and get commissions for yourself.
One of the benefits of being at the City&Guilds of London Art School is that you can win commissions, which gives you a view into how it would be in the real world with the supervision of tutors, so you're not thrown into the deep end afterwards. You actually get that stage in between where you have that experience, and it's very valuable to have that, I think. I think when you see your work on display, you gradually get to like it more and more, and you realise, how far you've progressed through the years. It's a 3-year course, so you sort of look at what you've done and you think, oh wow, did I do that in the first year? Oh, that's pretty good actually.
It's going really well so far, quite successful. We've had plenty of people interested in work, and hopefully get some potential work from it. Sold one piece, so yeah, so far so good. I think it probably is quite a big part in terms of learning how to kind of go about doing a show, because for someone like me, I've never done a show before, so I think it's probably more beneficial to use it as like a learning experience. I'm used to coming from a masonry background, so you do a job and it goes on a pallet and then it's on the back of a lorry and you never see it again, so it's nice to see work in a kind of finished stage, and we've been working up to this throughout the whole course really, so yeah.
Well, I'm doing the postgrad next year. I plan to do a sculpture of King Neptune with his horses on riding an ornamental wave. So I basically did this work over here as a study for the ornamental wave.
Oh, it's been rather busy. Yeah, rather tired. Well, I've got a couple of commissions, small one and a larger one for Windsor Castle, and then just ecclesiastic carving for larger companies in the capital.
Well done. Well done,